Stephen A. Smith, stop trying to play on people's intelligence. We know what you said, man. You called the league and asked why the man wasn't suspended. Stop trying to change the narrative.
That's what I saw. And I don't know why this isn't being talked about enough, to be quite honest with you. I was of the mindset that Russell Westbrook deserved to be suspended for today's game. Look at this foul right here. You knock the guy clear upside the head. You sit up there and you come down on Luka Doncic in the back. That play right there, you could have separated his shoulder. Then you push him in the chest. Then you go after PJ. And then after that, even though PJ shoved you in the back, and then you're shrugging off the referee. I felt so serious about this, fellas. I called the league office. And I said, I need an explanation. Tell me why Russell Westbrook wasn't suspended. And I was told that the the officials gave their report. And every indication in writing that they provided said, we handled this. He got a couple of technicals, plus a flagrant one, plus he was with one incident after another that you or any other player have found themselves in, when the heavy hand of the league office, in all likelihood, is coming down upon you. We call the league office for an explanation to provide it, because the league office wants their explanation over the airwaves from the network they have a rights deal with. It's called business.
What's up, Full Ride Nation? Back for another one. For all y'all that don't know me, Christopher Foreman, D1 walk-on turn starter. Here to help you guys with basketball hopes and dreams. Again, back talking about Stephen A. Myth. Hey, Stephen, listen, man. There's a difference between calling the league to understand something versus call the league and ask them as to why someone didn't get suspended. Those are two different things. And I find it disingenuous that you want to play on people's intelligence, and now you want to switch up and say, well, I only called to find out what punishment was administered. No, sir. You said you called the league to find out why this man had not been suspended. And you're completely out of bounds with that. And no, I don't agree with a lot of stuff Stephen Jackson says. He says some stuff that's good sometimes, but a lot of times he says some stuff that's completely outrageous. But I do have to agree with him on the fact that, yeah, you were completely out of bounds calling and asking why a man hadn't been suspended because of what you saw. And then for you to question and say that I've been in broadcasting for 30 years and almost question a person's credibility because you've been a journalist for 30 years. Well, let's just be honest here. All you've done is sit down for 30 years and watch people play and give your opinion on it. That's no different than anybody else on the internet. And they just didn't have the ability to do it because major corporations controlled who could be on. But now with social media and handheld cameras on your cell phone, anybody can do what you're doing, Stephen A. Smith. So I'm tired of you patting yourself on the back and continuing to pretend as though you had some #1 show and all of this, that, and the third. You work for Disney, for goodness sakes, okay? They control the narrative. They control the advertising. They control all that. They control the numbers to allow you to be #1. It's not you, it's them. You work for Walt Disney, a major corporation and a major theme park. They've been in business long before Stephen A. Smith showed up, and they will continue to be in business long after you're gone, and they will continue to run the show because they have the money. It's not you, Stephen A. Smith. Knock it off. Knock it off. Again, we've come to a point in time where people who sit down and watch and give their opinion start to believe that they are more valuable than the actual people that are doing said thing. You can't tell me because you've ridden on an airplane for 30 years as a passenger or a flight attendant that you're now qualified to fly a plane and you know better than a pilot and or an aircraft mechanic about the inner workings of flying a plane and fixing one. That's how crazy Stephen A. Smith sounds. But this social media has put people like him in place and made him believe that he's more important than what he is. Hey man, you're nothing more than a glorified fan. Full Ride Nation, y'all know the drill. Let's compete.